What's up everyone, Pat Mayo here, feeling good because in just over a month, pitchers and catchers report to spring training. It's exciting times, and it means fantasy baseball prep begins now. So catching up on the offseason's biggest transactions is a must. And we'll start north of the border with the Blue Jays, whose GM is so addicted to deals, he's now negotiating with A&E on a two-part special. The Jays branded themselves contenders for the first time in 2 decades through 3 separate moves, each carrying serious fantasy implications. In its 12-player rooking of the Marlins, Toronto inherited a bunch of money and some talent. Jose Reyes' numbers were down across the board last year, but his stats should follow his geographic migration. Now out of the abyss in Miami and into hitters-friendly Rogers Center, Reyes should see an immediate boost in his run and home run totals. He's not going to watch 50 leave the yard, but cracking 15 is certainly within reason. Like each of the past 7 seasons, Reyes remains a top 3 option at fantasy's shallowest position. Josh Johnson's strikeout potential always makes him an enticing draft day target, but his proclivity for the triage unit showers him in well-deserved caution. There's thought that the fireballer can approach 20 wins with this lineup behind him. But the move to Canada isn't all roses. Johnson saw his home run to fly ball rate more than double last year, despite tossing in a pitcher's haven, and the former Sky Dome will only compound that problem. As will moving from the NL to the AL, that's usually good for an extra half run of ERA. And let's not forget, if he does succumb to injury, he'll now have to wait 6 to 8 weeks just to see a doctor. But hey, at least it's free. Like Johnson, temper expectations for R.A. Dickey. It's not that he's going to regress back into a career minor leaguer, but like the pitch he throws, a knuckleballer's performance fluctuates from year to year. Dickey's nearly impossible to project, so expecting another dominant, Cy Young type campaign may be a bit much. Use 2011 as a more reasonable baseline, and if that's the case for 2013, he's going to go overvalued in drafts, especially if he can't replicate his gaudy strikeout total. A spike in batting average of balls in play the last 2 seasons has been the key to Melky Cabrera's success. Well, and steroids, I suppose, but many attribute a high BABIP to luck, which is certainly a major component, but a deeper look into his plate approach tells the rest of the story. Melky's simply putting more balls into play, putting himself in the right spot to get lucky. He's dropped his fly ball rate over 6% since 2010, indicating if he can continue with the same approach at the plate, he'll have no problems maintaining his plus 300 average. And depending on where he hits in the lineup, that should lead to a slew of runs and/or RBIs. Toronto also picked up some fringe pieces. If EMILIO BONIFACIO can find consistent playing time, he'll be welcome on my fantasy roster anytime. Qualifying at basically every position makes the speedster more valuable than his actual output. And old man Mark Burley returns to the junior circuit and will probably get shelled half the time. So, AL-only players should take interest, only because his penchant for good health will assist in filling your innings requirements. And that's just a taste of the MLB offseason. For more coverage, make sure to check out RotoExperts' Fantasy Baseball Draft Kit, complete rankings, full team previews, and every other tool to give you a leg up on the competition. So to quote the grocer from the end of my block, you buy now!